Okay, that was one huge smorgasbord of science talk and hormones that you may have already known about. But in case you didn't, I'm so happy you were there to listen because it's really important. So let's get to the biggest question on your mind, and that's why do you have acne? And most specifically, how can we take everything we just learned and apply it to our life to figure out exactly what's causing your acne to implement lifestyle changes that will support skin clearing to the max? Because once you really know what's causing your specific skin issues, you can start to implement easy and manageable lifestyle changes into your daily routine that will allow you to create a lifestyle that truly supports clear skin. So, we want to know how you can live your life in a way that supports clear skin. So, in this second half of the video, I want to really get a handle on your unique breakouts. So I put together a list of questions I asked myself as I went through my own personal acne clearing journey and was able to clear my skin naturally. And they're also the questions I ask the most often when I'm on consults with people to really help you identify what may be causing your unique issues. So remember again to my disclaimer from the beginning of the video, I am not a doctor. So any information you take from this should not be seen as medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always chat with your healthcare professional first. So that being said, I've included a little download questionnaire quiz for you below. So download it now, go through the first part of the quiz, and come back here for your results. I'll wait. And we're back. So let's discuss the results of your acne questionnaire quiz. So when I see people with acne, when we chat and I discuss their lives, I usually see an imbalance with one of the following elements: blood sugar imbalance, a hormonal imbalance or stress, or digestion imbalances. So I kind of often see, though, that blood sugar is kind of number one public offender, and then that negatively impacts hormones and digestion. So let's take a look at your quiz and make a note of what items you said yes the most to really create a few action steps for you, depending on what you're struggling with. So if you had 3 or more yeses to group number 1, that may mean you have some type of blood sugar issue. So tell me if this sounds familiar. You're most likely maybe skipping meals because you're really busy, most likely breakfast. If you're not skipping breakfast, you're having it, but it's super sugar bread carb, or even it's a fruit juice, and that's awesome, but it's like a fruit juice that's like banana and mango and pineapple, which has a ton of sugar in it. And or you find yourself craving sugary treats late at night, like cereal. So all of these things usually point me to thinking that you might have a blood sugar issue, just kind of a management issue, which is no bueno. So here are 2 steps that you can take today if you're struggling with blood sugar management issues. Number 1, you've got to fix your breakfast. And then number 2, you need to eat every 2 to 3 hours healthy and enriching fats and proteins like almonds, avocados, green apples, and walnuts. Here's why. When you fix your breakfast in the morning, it changes everything. When you wake up in the morning, your body's been fasting, so your blood sugar is low. So your body's craving fuel and the glucose that we mentioned before. And if you don't eat breakfast, as you move throughout the day, your blood sugar is going to continue to drop because your body is using the fuel. And then this is where the problem comes in. You start to crave, since your body needs fuel, your body starts to crave it. And that leaves you much weaker when the chocolate chip cookies and soda cart rolls by in the afternoon, or when your kids are eating their dessert for lunch. And it increases the likelihood that you're going to go kind of full ham on a ton of sugar, which then, as we discussed at the beginning of this video, will bring in a ton of insulin, and then insulin growth factor 1, and then a ton of too many skin cells at your kind of pore. So it really sets off this kind of cascade of events that you do not want to happen. So what can you do, right? That doesn't require some gourmet vegan meal every morning and takes 10 hours. So my action step is really simple, but I guarantee it'll help. And that is that you set yourself up the night before. So an ideal breakfast for acne clearing is 2 to 3 hard-boiled eggs, 1 cup of organic berries, and 1 big handful of almonds. This meal has protein and sugar in it, but natural sugars, and it refuels your body in a slower, measured way. So what you can do is you can make your hard-boiled eggs the night before and have the entire meal packed. So you can just grab it and go while you're driving to work or you're on the subway, or if the kids are being wild and crazy, sorry if you're hearing crazy background noises, you can eat it on the side. So the second step is a little bit more self-explanatory. Make sure, one of the things that I do, this is like one of the biggest things that I've done, it seems so simple and small, but it's pretty amazing, is that I always have almonds and a green apple on me at all times because I get hungry a lot. And when you get hungry, you get vulnerable. So what you want to do is avoid feeling that way. So now let's move to the second group in the questionnaire, group number 2. So if you answered yes to 3 or more questions there, you may have some issues with your digestion. So tell me if this sounds familiar. You might have teeny tiny little bumps all over your forehead. Did I just read your mind? You may go to the bathroom too much and or not enough. Or you may find yourself feeling really weird after you eat certain foods, like really bloated and or just really like heavy and tired. So compromised digestion can really wreak havoc on your skin. So it's super important that we get a handle on this pronto. So here are 2 steps you can take. Number 1, you've got to start to take a probiotic. What a probiotic is, if you've never heard of this before, is it's a supplement that helps to balance the bacteria in your stomach. It'll really help you go from, not going enough to going a bit more regularly, and it will also hopefully help you become a little bit more like your gut become more healthy so that you can absorb nutrients like zinc that you need for acne clearing. And then the second step is to add fermented foods and a drink like kombucha into your diet. So again, what these foods do, and again, if you've never heard of kombucha, do a quick Google. It's really, really great and awesome. One of my favorite drinks. What these foods do is that they really promote healthy digestion, because when you're dealing with a compromised digestive tract, a whole host of things can happen. You aren't able to process your food in a normal way, so your body can't absorb nutrients in the best way either. And oftentimes, acne sufferers have been shown in studies to have chronically low levels of zinc in their system, which can also point to a compromised digestive tract. So now let's go to group 3 in the questionnaire. And if you answered yes to 3 or more questions here, it may mean that you have some issues with your hormones. So tell me if these sound familiar. You most likely have some acne along your jawline and your chin. You break out before your period a lot sometimes, and or you don't take time for yourself. I know that you're probably too busy to do so if that is the case, but it's an issue. So here are 2 actually 3, I have a surprise one for you here, that you can take to start to heal from the inside out. Now don't kill me, but you've got to start working out. I know this may seem like the biggest pain and it's kind of annoying suggestion, but it is so important. Because imbalanced hormones thrive in acidic and stressed out environments. And if you're feeling super overwhelmed by life, that's what's happening in your body. So for this week, I'd love for you to pick 2 workouts you can do, just 30 minutes each. So walking or a yoga DVD in your living room, and schedule them on your calendar. I promise you that once you start to incorporate more exercise into your daily life, it will help you even just mentally start to handle stress better. The second step is that I'd love for you, if you think you actually have some hormonal issues, it might be really beneficial if you scheduled a blood test with your doctor, especially if you were pregnant before and you had your child and you're no longer pregnant. And it might be a really great thing to take a look at, because a lot of people, especially women, I see deal with some hormonal imbalances kind of pre and post pregnancy. So that's a great idea for you if you feel like you're struggling. And then number 3 is that, again, always clear everything with your doctor, but there are a few supplements that you could definitely start to do some research on. So Estrablock, Vitex, or Agnus castus, milk thistle, or burdock root. And again, I'm not a doctor, but take a look, write those down. I'll give you a second to take some notes. There should be a slash here. Sorry about that. And do some research on these 4 supplements. Now, balancing your hormones can be the most difficult / confusing element of the puzzle, but I've truly found that if you address the blood sugar and the digestion elements first, your ability to balance the hormones is much better. It's much easier because you're already working with a solid foundation. So what I want you to do today is to decide on 2 acne clearing steps that you can take right now so that you can really start to heal from the inside out. So go back through what we've just discussed, and depending on what you're struggling the most with, so either blood sugar management, digestion, or hormones, pick 2 customized and unique steps that you're going to take today for your skin and leave me those action steps in the comments below. So let's recap. Here are the 7 possible steps you could take today. So you could fix your breakfast. You could make a commitment to eat every 2 to 3 hours to balance your blood sugar throughout the day. You could take a probiotic. You could add fermented foods in every day and drink kombucha. You start working out. You schedule a blood test with your doctor to rule out any major issues and see if you've got some imbalances going on. Or you do some research on the following supplements. So what I would love for you today is to decide on 2 action steps from the items I just listed for your skin, just 2, and schedule them into your calendar right now and let me know what you decide in the comments below. I really want to support you, and everyone else wants to support you too. So pick 2. So what did you think about those acne clearing tips? Amazing, right? Here's the thing. Clear skin, maintaining healthy skin, it's a habit that you develop over time, especially